We have Cathy Mercado.
Come on up, Cathy. Cathy Mercado is a housing counselor at Merrimack Valley Housing Partnership. She is a passionate supporter of affordable housing in her community of Lowell, Massachusetts. Tonight, she's sharing a story about her experience finding an affordable home. So come on up, Cathy.
Thank you, Karen. Just a backstory, I met Karen at the chapter meeting the other night. She asked me a question, and I said, do you really want to know what I think? And I gave it to her. Yes. And then she said, do you want to be part of my storytelling? I said, you know what? I don't know anyone in Boston. I need to get my name out there. Absolutely, Karen, I'll do that. So here I am sharing my time with you. I just want to acknowledge my network of people that I brought with me. My husband, Gregorio, is sitting there. Raise your hand. My two good friends, Zelma Lyons, and she's also in a nonprofit, Acre Family Childcare in Lowell. I have attorney Maite Ramos that used to be very prominent in the city of Boston, but now only works in Lowell. So thank you for coming and supporting me. The bright light is killing me. I don't know what I look like, but it's okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm 41 years old and I have 4 kids. And I was born in 1978. In the blizzard. So basically, the way that I wanted to tell my story was that I was a young teenage mom, single, 17 years old. My daughter is 23 today. My mom was, thank you, and she's without child. She's not a statistic, neither is my 19-year-old. So I have 3 beautiful daughters and 1 son named Joshua. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. He's a redhead and he has a huge afro, which he says I don't like, but I do love. Anyhow, so my story begins as me being the 17 years old girl. I had to go and tell my mom, Mom, I'm pregnant. And that's like the worst news she could ever hear, because ever since I was a little kid, she always told me, I don't want you to have a child young. I want you to live your life. I want you to go to college. I don't want you to have the same experience. Not unfortunately, because I'm proud of being a mother. That's who I am first before anything else. Thank you. So having my daughter, Aixa, I never thought twice of not having her. I knew I was going to have her the moment I knew. I was going to do it alone. I didn't care. So I grew up in the projects, and when you tell people that you grew up in the projects, they're like, oh, the projects. Not for me, though. The projects for me was a great community. I love my background, and I'm proud of where I came from. It was a great community to grow up with. Yes, absolutely. I saw drugs. I saw prostitution. I saw all kinds of bad things that kids maybe should not see. But it made me who I am today, and it made me persevere and become Cathy, the Cathy you see before you. So I went to my mom and I told her, and now at this point, I'm a single mom. The dad was out of the picture her whole life. Never saw $1 of child support. Not that matters, but that's okay. I have my husband. Thank you for helping me. So I told my mom, I said, Mom, you know what? You're a single mom. You have 2 children. I have my 2 sisters, Cassandra and Victoria. And I said, you know what, Mom? I went to back then they didn't call it transitional assistance to be politically correct. It was called the welfare office. So I walked into the welfare office and I said, I can't live in my mom's house, 2 bedrooms. I have 2 sisters. I'm homeless. What can you do for me? So I ended up living in the House of Hope in Lowell. So I became homeless. Right before I had my daughter, Aixa, I was able to get an apartment at the Shaughnessy Terrace, which was like, oh my God. No, not the projects, but Shaughnessy? Shaughnessy's like the whole. Okay, that's fine, whatever. I lived in Shaughnessy Terrace. It opened up my eyes because I swear everyone that lived there, even though I loved and adored them and I respected them for who they are, they all had addictions, they all had issues. It was just a sinking hole. So I said, I can't. I got to push forward for my daughter. I don't want my daughter to live in this situation. So what I did was I started going to school, educating myself, moving forward. Sacrificing. It's easy to give up when you're brought up in that type of situation. You know, a lot of people don't tell you, you're set up to fail. So when you're in a situation where you're living in the projects, it's easier to give up than to fight, right? It wasn't easy. So one thing that I want to say is that housing is my passion. It's something that I care deeply about. I treat all people with respect. Now that I'm able to work for the Merrimack Valley Housing Partnership in Lowell, which we've been around for about 33 years, helping first-time homeowners become, you know, self-sufficient. I tell you, I never wake up not wanting to go to work. I love my job. But I went to that class and I said, I'm gonna take a first-time home buyers class. I don't care what anyone says, I'm gonna own my home. So I took the class. Took me 2 years to purchase my home, lots of sacrifices. My husband's there, he can tell you that we had to sell our car. We were using my 18-year-old daughter's car. I didn't do my hair, I didn't buy any clothes, no more McDonald's for the kids, nothing. But we were able to purchase our house, so now we have, gratefully, a beautiful house. Thankfully to the nonprofit organization and to our sacrifice. One thing that I want to change is the narrative in regards to home ownership. Is all of us in this nonprofit world, we say affordable housing, affordable housing, affordable housing. And every time I get the chance to say, let's stop saying affordable housing, let's say housing that's affordable for families. Thank you. My name is Cathy. I'm from the Merrimack Valley Housing Partnership. Thank you for having me.